9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me up the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it up in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all one, we are all one, we are all. Lift me up, yeah, moonchild, put me into overflow. Superstar.
Hey everybody! These dogs are bothering me really, really bad. How's it going? Sorry, such a late, well, it's not too late. I guess it's quite normal here at the Ziggy Show. Kind of just sporadic whenever. Oh geez, here we go. Today's wiener is beautiful sunflower. Yay. How's everybody doing? I've been kind of sick. So that's part of the reason why I wasn't live earlier. Feeling a little bit under the weather, but not too bad. Maybe Athena and Bandit can keep you company here or keep you entertained. If I'm not exciting enough today. Andy can talk shit on everyone's channel. Oh, really? No, my hair's not cut. Hey, Diana. Come on. Now, I mean, I did see some things people were telling me that Cher was saying or something. Is she still live? Or is that what's going on? I need to go live and do some readings, but that's what I was going to do, but I got these new amazing cards from Jane Doe, and they are so amazing. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Oh, whoa. I don't think so, Eyes Wonder. Well, I kind of fluffed it up right here, Diana. So that's probably why I fluffed it up. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Mimi of 6. Oh, jeez. Ryan was picking at Luminous? Are you serious? What a big bully. This is my life, like 24/7. I'm not even joking. Couldn't say anything but hi because I was Why? What's going on? Oh God. Everybody gets so like, this happens every single time that anybody has a good interview or has something happen on their channel that's kind of big. It doesn't matter. Every single time there is so many haters. Like, it's unreal. Like, there's no reason to hate, guys. Like, there's plenty of people to talk to. I mean, have your own interview. Don't have to hate. Like, let's just work together. There's nothing to hate on. We just had Fred and Andy try to talk things about the 15th. It really didn't like go anywhere. We're still at where we were. So we tried it, and that is what it is. Like, it wasn't like, it didn't give us any answers to Summer Wells, so nothing to be jealous of. We still don't know what happened to Summer. When I have Fred clear. Are you sure? You have to show Crystal where Laura said that. People are going to have to show where Laura said that is the thing, because I don't know if that's actually true or if that's just a rumor going around. First, find where Laura said that first. Okay? Because I don't know if that's true. But it would be, if one day that would be, I don't think I'm going to be having him on until like towards the end of his rehab, you know? I don't go through my notifications because people put horrible comments. That's where people like to be big and bad in the comment section. So I never read my comments. Hey, Poppy. Ryan said he wasn't into psychic and drama. Right. Thank you, Diana. Oh my gosh, they're being like weird. Hey, guys, please. Our bandit, stop. Ryan is over there stirring the drama pot right now. Oh, really? Oh, God. See, that's why I said I'm so like almost just done with this community, because it's just ridiculous. I don't watch it. And I heard that Cher was trying to act like she was demanding some kind of answers or something from me. You don't demand anything from me like that. I don't know who she thinks she is. But last time I checked, she's the girl that has animal abuse charges and was convicted of them. And apparently he thinks a lot more about psychics than he originally thought. Apparently Ryan is a fraud. Yeah. His wife has taken psychic classes from Serafina. Oh, really? You better stop that. She tore up my Ugg blanket like that too. So mad. Well, thank you, I wonder who. Ryan's a little girl. He blocked me, so I switched accounts. Like a little girl. I laugh because it's so true. Oh, man. Well, thank you, Suzanne. I don't know why Ryan was in PJs last night, because he's a turd pop sucker. You mean in PGs? And what are you chewing on? A camel's toe. What? What about a camel's toe? I got the big gulp today. No, see, Ryan and Cher are perfect for each other because they think they both think that they're more important than they really are. Like, I heard that Cher was acting like I talked shit about her the whole live. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me right now. I don't even think of you, lady. Seriously. Except I think of you as the lady with the animal abuse charges. That's what I think of you as. Nothing else. Breaks your bones? I have very strong bones. I've never even broke a bone in my life. I've had a little bit of chipped tooth when I got in this fight one time. Long time ago. It wasn't really a fight. She caught me off guard and hit me in the face. So it wasn't really a fight, and then they separated us. I've never been hit that hard in my life. That was one time. I've only had one time. I've never really. That was like the only fight I've been in, really, if you want to call that a fight. And Cher, I'm so mad. I want to tell Ryan he's a hypocrite. Hey, second to none, or second to no one. Knock on wood. I don't know if this is real wood. Oh, shit. I don't know. So I guess there must be something going on over at Cher's, huh? That's how important I think she is. Seriously. I've been sick, and I mean, somebody started texting me about it just like a few minutes ago. But I didn't know if it was going on right now. Oh, Connie, that's her story. That's her excuse, Connie. She does have actual charge. She was convicted, Connie, by a court of law. I know she came up with a whole, excuse, but She definitely has been convicted and charged and convicted of very bad charges. So she really shouldn't be talking about anybody. Literally, I don't even think of her. Then we got, her family history. I mean, I'm not trying to, I could go on and on. I could go hit below the belt here. I could. You guys know it. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I don't think she should really be talking in the true crime community. That's all I'm going to say. But it makes sense because look at the people she surrounds herself with, right? She's like clung on to Don Wells and sent him like ass pics. Anyways, I'm done talking shit. Next. Got my little rant out of the way. So what else has been going on? Bobblehead. Oh, geez, you guys. I had a pretty good birthday yesterday. Thank you guys all so much for the birthday wishes and gifts and just messages, emails. It was really sweet. I am sick. I definitely am. But it's not the worst I've ever felt. For my birthday dinner, I had churros. Churros with ice cream. That was my dinner. Oh, thank you, Ginger Snap. I know. I agree, Mimi. I don't know. You have some haters. I know it happens you guys just watch. It happens every time. Like, anytime, like, I've had any type of interview or any type of anything happen on my channel, it happens every time like clockwork, guys. Just pay attention. I swear to God. People get and it is hating. I'm sorry. It's absolute hating. It's not, they can try to paint it as like, oh, calling out bad behavior, but no, they're straight up hating. Oh, thank you, Mama T. And what's that 17 thing? I know, right? Lucky Lou. I know, and you're giving me some cool tricks too. I need to be going live from my phone. See, the thing is, I go live through StreamYard, so I'd have to figure out how to, go live through YouTube. See, through StreamYard, I can multi-stream. I mean, I guess I don't have to do that. What is a blog called Moonflower? I don't know. right? Maybe 06 it is. It's people, I don't know. Like I said, this is the last case. I'm going to go in this in depth. You know, I feel like I'm too invested in the case to kind of back out. So, but I'm not going to just keep rehashing things over and over. I just like coming on here and talking to you guys, and sometimes we talk about various things, and sometimes we talk about Summerwell's case. But you guys, my opinion and Fred's opinion and that whole situation is like, there's nothing much more to say. I know, Crystal, it is weird. Right? Dawn and Candace are mods and people's like channels. Like, oh my gosh. Hey, Kathy. Well, Victoria, at this point, I can't really go backwards. Vandy is so sure he was on the road on the 15th, and why is he so scared to go ask to see the video be cleared? I don't know, Mimi, but I saw people asking in Cher's chat, talking to When Evil Entered, and When Evil Entered has seen the footage of Andy on the road. She came out and admitted to everybody she saw it herself too. So it's not just Fred Hill that's seen the footage. There's other people out there, I promise you. So now we've got another person who's come out and backing what Fred is saying. A pretty reputable channel. So, I mean, overall, right? People respect that channel pretty well. So, I don't know. He said, put it out. He wants to see it. Oh, well, thank you, Phantom. Yes, and she told Andy to go to law enforcement to see it. Yep. Yeah, that kind of puts her in a very, very, very bad position if she puts, I mean, that's like, I can understand being in that situation. Like, if I had that, I don't know. I mean, if Fred ends up getting it in his hands, then I guess I would. I hate to be the person that would put it out, but you know what I mean? But if I do end up getting it, then yeah, I mean, I probably would put it out. I wish somebody else would. But right, Tanya? Hey, Linda. Right, Kate? He doesn't have a story. I mean, his story has changed a lot, actually. Like, really important things have changed, like being on the Hill on the 14th, or being at Zoomers on the 15th, or being at Zoomers at 6:30 or being at Zoomers at 5:30 or being on the road at 6:30, right? There's some key things that kept changing, and I don't know. It's just going to piss him off to keep saying it over and over, and really it doesn't really do any good anyways, because all it is people's word against another. So it's just, until we have some kind of proof differently, what can we do? Hey, Justin. Athena, please stop. I don't feel good. Athena, stop. Have you noticed Don and Andy always at work? Candace and JC always working with flowers. I know, right? Do Candace and Jetty Sue really look like the people that, plant flowers? I don't know. I guess Grandis is really into that stuff, so maybe. Guys, come on, please. Hey, Carla. Ryan is a mod at Shares. Well, he was a mod here for a short time, too. Sharon Andy is acting like Fred was trying to go against Andy, but Fred was Fred was going against Andy. I mean, where do they make this stuff up? Like, if anything, like, he's the one that was trying to say that Fred burnt down a building. And then tried to say that something about meth cooking equipment and stuff, which was, I asked Fred about both those incidents, and he said that it was not him. And he would tell me, too. He would. Now, if he told me it was him, would I have said it? I don't know. Probably. But I've never heard anything like that about Fred. People just got the really wrong idea of him. I know, right? Of course she was talking crap about him because he was supportive of me, duh. So now that he's like, you see how these people operate? That's so fake. Like who you like. Stop being such a fake an opportunist. Like, these people have no backbone. Okay, Kelly. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm sure Fred is so scared. Please, Ryan, put this out. You just want to be important. You're a nobody who was obviously just the biggest loser in high school. I could just imagine. You are a nobody. Please. Let's see this. Let's see this. What you have. What do you have? This shocking evidence. I promise you guys, he does not have anything. I don't know. I wish you would put it out. He has nothing on Fred when it comes to Summer Wells, if that's what he's trying to say. I promise you. Oh, but man, feel crappy kind of. Aw. It's funny. These people crack me up, Chloe. It's like, hey, Giselle. These people crack me up. Like, the stuff that they say is just so ridiculous sometimes. The thing is, like, I get it, though, because if I'm going by Ryan's context, who just came out of nowhere, and it's only known of Fred Hill for, like, 8 months or something. I mean, it's never met him, never really talked with him. You know what I mean? And has this reputation that he gets confused with Frank Light and the story about him shooting dude in the neck and, you know, the meth dealer and Don, you know what I mean? He's got this like painted picture in his head that we all once had. But he doesn't understand as like we're like 2 years ahead of him. Prayer Garden's in here? Oh, it is. It's the Prayer Garden. Oh, thank you, Giselle. Thank you, Dentalhead. I'm trying to keep him just occupied so he will stop like being annoying. So maybe if I just like bounce him like a little kid, it's working so far, right? Look at this. Just anything to keep him occupied. Gosh, he's so annoying me. If I don't give him attention, he's like, he is cute, but man, see, high maintenance. Oh, awesome. September Virgo. That sounds amazing. Andy for a while, just weird how much he trusts in him. And I know that was weird. What made him trust in Andy so quickly? That was strange. You know what I mean? Like, it just didn't make sense. Yeah, he is like a baby. Look at him. Look at his eyes. What is he doing? Why is he doing this? Athena's right here. They're like pushing him out. I mean, just taking over. I want to see if I stop doing this, if he'll start complaining. Maybe I can stop. Look at him. It's putting him to sleep. That's so funny. Hey, Chewy. No, Crystal, I just need somebody to play the part where she actually said that, not just somebody else saying it. You know what I mean? First, we need to hear where Laura said that. Because I don't remember her saying that. So first, I want to hear where she says it. I'm not saying she didn't say it. I just want to hear it first to refresh my memory. I know I have messed that up before. I know I have messed up the scrapyard thing. That's why I'm wondering if people are mistaking me messing it up for Laura. So that's like really important for me to hear the audio. You know what I mean? Because I know how things get switched around. I don't know. Well, see, the thing is, I don't know why people find Fred so intimidating. Like, I don't know. Gosh, my knee freaking hurts, though. It's kind of funny to me, though, because I don't know. He's just not intimidating, I guess. Look at this dog. You think Cher sent Ryan ass pics? Oh, I'm sorry, her tattoo pics. The tattoos on her the back of her legs, I mean. This dog. Hey, Skinner. Do you think that Cher sent Ryan her ass pics? Or AKA, like she likes to disguise them as her tattoo pics that on the back of her legs. But actually their ass it's a picture of her ass. But we're going to disguise it as if it's to show we're going to send this to Don Wells and disguise it like it's to show off my tattoo, right? Shush it. I'm going to have to bounce you like a baby again. What are we feeling? I don't know. If she was any kind of empath, she would know that she would be able to tell that Ryan is definitely on the wrong path. Show Summer's dog some love. This is my dog. This is Athena. I'm only one person, Truth Warrior. You've always been such a hater. You act like I'm a superwoman. I mean, I can't do everything. Yeah, I had to repeat what Fred was saying because Andy kept talking over him. And Fred's just not the type to... No. And yeah, Fred's not the type to really try to outspeak somebody. I mean, he tried to a couple of times, but it just was pointless. And then because Andy would start getting confrontational, like we were trying to, just give me 5 seconds, you know. But he'd say it kind of like a little bit more. I'm just not. Oh my God. Okay, stop. Oh my God. I thought Athena was going to rip my shirt off me. Her freaking collar was stuck on my shirt and pulling it off. That was seriously really almost bad. Oh, you should definitely watch it. Second to None. Or Second to No One. Hey, sweet tea. Yeah, I mean, I respected that Andy came up on panel and did that. Had to give him that, you know what I mean? He could be really cool and chill, but the thing is like, I just don't believe him is the problem, you know, and it's hard for me to, I don't know. He does seem like he can be cool, but just too many things. Too many red flags for me and too many weird coincidences. Yes, Skinner Farms, I am. Yeah, Teresa, he did. Hey, but if that makes him talk, just like it's weird about to hear that the law enforcement I guess did buy. I guess it's true that that law enforcement did buy Candace Wells alcohol. Andy, I'm sorry, Fred overheard law enforcement talking about getting her alcohol. So, and it was to try to get her comfortable. But see, in some ways, like, I don't know, was she starting to go into DTs? I don't know what the situation was. Like, I know people who are bad alcoholics, like, if they don't have alcohol, they'll start, is it like that? Snitches in here go to other channels. Well, hey, we're all about transparency here. At least they're getting it from the source. Oh man, I'm so look at this dog. Oh geez. I'm trying to see how her scar or her incision's doing. I can't. It looked really good last time I saw it. Get helps? Okay, Mississippi, I'll get right on that. Since you said so. No, I didn't get a chance to watch that. No. But we could watch it if you think it's something. I mean, I am feeling kind of sick, so we could check it out for a little bit if Killer Looks wouldn't care. This one? Hold on, you guys can't even see it. So this is Killer Looks. He put something together about Knoxville trips. Is this what you're talking about? Who has seen this? No regrets tattooed on his head. Oh, jeez. Oh. All right, let's go ahead and watch some of this. Did they tattoo your dog? No, I don't think so. I think that has to be a different Beach Creek. I think you're right, Ginger Snaps. I don't think that population can be correct. But there is, if you put in Beach Creek, like Tennessee, it will take you to a different area, actually. So I'm kind of wondering if that is a different Beach Creek, like that population sign, because that seems like way too high. But yeah, because I've tried to, a few times I've put in Beach Creek, Tennessee, like directions to, and it took me to the wrong, completely different area. It started to take me to a different area.
That they accused me of selling my daughter's adult. You know what I did? Fucking TBI, FBI. Accused me of selling my daughter's adult. You know what I did?
Marianne said that shit.
No, I took the TBI, and I hope they're listening to this phone call. I went and draw $2,000 on my bank account and went to Knoxville and bought $2,000 worth of fucking shit. I fucking give dope away all night for 2 days. They followed me. I had 5 or 6 agents following me for 2 days. And then when I got on the freeway and went home, they was on the freeway with me, and I outrun them all except for one car. One of them
Be a little bit more careful than that.
No, they
Because
know what
people
I
are
did.
watching it. Yeah,
I'm not
they
lying.
probably don't care about you using drugs, to be honest. They're probably just
They
watching to
do,
see.
but they do, but they don't. But I showed them.
They much rather.
So I'll stop this every once in a while. This is Killer Looks. He did some type of thing here on Don Wells and the Knoxville trips. I haven't seen this yet, and it's been recommended. So what he's playing right here is a call back in, it looks like November 13th of 2021. And this was a call between me, Don, and his sister, Sonia. And Don was so fucked up that night. This is the night, I mean, it was unreal. His sister, Sonia, kept trying to get him to hang up the phone because she knew, like, I was a YouTuber, and she was afraid of me putting the call out, which, of course, I did. But I held on to this for a while. I mean, I gave it to TBI immediately. Oh, my God, Little Miss Sunshine, thank you so much. Wow, thank you. That's really generous. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was so cute. Remember Carol's wife sang that song to Ziggy? I loved it. Hey, I love those sayings. I can make fun of myself. It's okay. I thought it was really cute, actually. I thought she was adorable. All right, so yeah, so this is me, Don Wells, and Sonia, his sister, talking at the in November of 2021.
You showed them what, right?
I showed them that I don't need to fucking tell my fucking daughter to buy dope. I got plenty of money in my bank account.
Why that's so stupid? Stop it.
Well, that's what I showed them. They pissed me off.
People piss you off. You go out and do stupid shit. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I get that, but they was the one talking stupid first.
That's
They told me that they had information that I traded my daughter to a drug dealer for fucking dope. So I showed them different. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know if they really had it. They'll lie to you, remember? They'll lie.
Please. That's what they did. And then they told me.
They probably are trying.
Dude, this is freaking me out right now hearing this. Oh, wow. Okay. It's been a long time since I've heard this. Him saying that the FBI agent said to him that they had information that he sold his daughter to a drug dealer for dope. Dude, that is freaking me out right now. With all this, Knoxville shit. Oh my God. This is so freaky, dude. I don't even remember. I mean, it's so crazy listening this stuff back. I'm glad that people like Killer Licks do this because I don't remember everything. You know what I mean? This is crazy.
They probably have trackers on every vehicle you own. I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, but you know what happened after that? They called me into their office in Johnson City, TBI office. They said, don't do that again. I said, cool. They said, we made peace with that day. I said, please don't arrest me. I'm fucked up. I get that. But damn, y'all pissed me off.
Real quick, side note. So this incident that Dawn is talking about, Fred told me that all those people that he stopped to get crack from or drugs from on that whole trip that he was doing all that, they all got busted because of Don Wells. So all they did was just follow him. I guess that's true. They were following him supposedly. And a lot of those dudes got busted because of it. Because of Don Wells. I mean, think about it. Don Wells is the person that put the heat on Fred, too. But, I mean, it's okay because it all worked out, right? But it's just... that's what happened.
We made peace. They told me what they did. I told them what they knew already. I had 5 TBI agents follow me around for 2 fucking days.
So, here we go. This is a call for the Lady of the Night call.
weird how much like Knoxville has. Well, Andy didn't mention it. Actually, Fred Hill mentioned it to me about Andy. How Andy.
Well, I called her today, and she said that when Don came down there, he was down there regularly every 2 to 3 weeks. He made a trip down there to where she was at, and that he did bring somebody with him several times, but she don't know who he was.
Oh man, if she saw a picture of him, I wonder if she would know him. If she would know if it was him.
I would know him if she had a picture of him, yeah. But she didn't make his name. And the reason she really called his name is like he was, a regular.
Yeah,
When she was at, it was like a hotel type deal.
Yeah.
It was like a hotel from the outside anyways, but in the back it was another deal.
Like in the back, maybe it was like a bar or something, or what?
And it was just like a prostitute, drugs. I mean, they drugs right there, they crack right there, they did all kinds of things right there. And the owner was cool with it.
Oh, okay. So it was like one of those, like, kind of like
And it was
crappy motels.
It was like, the room had a normal hotel on the outside in the front. And they ran it like a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But she said when you drove behind the hotel, it was like 2 levels. There was like an underneath level to it, and then there was, but on the outside, just like a single level.
Yeah.
And back there, where they had rooms where they was cooking dope and.
Does she remember the name of the hotel or motel?
Yeah, but she knows the guy that was there behind was named Playboy.
Oh, like her.
Killer Boy.
Oh, yeah. So like her pimp or the guy that.
Right, he was like that. He was like the boss of the whole wedding down there.
Was he a regular of her?
Yeah, he was a regular of hers and many others.
Oh, many others. Wow.
Yeah, there's like 5 to 7 girls there at all times. She's scared of the guy Playboy, so I mean, yeah,
she's scared of what?
She's not a fan. She's scared of the guy around the place.
Oh, really? Like the Habib guy?
Yeah, the pimp. The pimp. The Playboy guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he beat the hell out of her the day that she left.
So she stayed lived there at this place pretty much.
Yeah, they all live there.
Said that on separate occasions, Don Wells and Jody Sue's boyfriend, Andrew Bernard, would run off at night and be gone 3 to 4 days. According to Jody Sue, Don Wells would put his vehicle in neutral and sneak off the property and go to Knoxville. Check it out.
He would just sneak off in the night, and I know by the next morning, Candace would be like, hey, did you hear Don? I'm like, yep. And we'd know that he would be gone. Yeah, it's just like Monstry had his patterns too. And so in that way, we knew when each were doing their runoff.
This is so good. Bravo to Killer Looks. I love how he put this together. This is so good. This dude should be a detective. This is so really, really, really good. I don't know how people find all this stuff and can put it all together. I'm just not an organized person like that. So, I'm really thankful that somebody like him puts it all together and puts it together so you guys can see stuff lining up and why I believe in Fred. This should show you this whole Knoxville thing. It's just, I don't know.
Or whatever it was, but yeah. But they were pretty open about it. Plus, everybody around the area knew.
When she went missing, they usually won't talk to nobody. They'd stay up on the hill and stuff. But as soon as she went missing, they didn't leave that road down there. They stayed down there for 3 days, day and night. They lived trying to hear everything that's being said. I mean, it just made me feel like it is
paranoid.
Yeah.
She doesn't want anybody
the
speaking
4th
to him.
day, he takes off to Knoxville and don't come back for over a month. And they get a restraining order against each other and everything.
Murders, overdoses, fires, assaults. Police records obtained by 10 News show all of these criminal activities are taking place in some of Knoxville's motels. 10 News reporter Caitlin Keenahan dug into the locations that see the most criminal activity and what hotel owners are doing about it.
Inside Knoxville's motels, some people are creating a home for themselves while others are just passing through.
You get off the exit and you turn left at the light and you're there. It's just easy.
Alexis and Kiefer were the latter. Motel 6 off Cedar Bluff exit was their meetup spot at just $60 a night.
Obviously we stayed there a couple times, so it couldn't have been that bad, but that's not somewhere I would want to go all the time.
It looked good online, 3-star reviews. But what they didn't know is this motel has the most calls for service for Knoxville police in the city.
We felt comfortable once we were kind of in the room, but outside of that, it just was you had to be aware, on guard.
That's not somewhere you want to hang out by yourself.
Over the past 5 years, this Motel 6 had more than 1,000 calls for service. Those calls range from suspicious people to assaults, fires, and overdoses.
I wouldn't advise any woman by themselves to stay there and walk around outside.
We requested an interview with Motel 6 over the phone several times and in person. They declined to comment, but it's not the only motel with issues. Records from Knoxville police show in the past 5 years, Regency Inn on Magnolia got 959 calls. Super 8 on Merchants got 950. Executive Inn on Chapman Highway got 893. And Value Inn on Magnolia got 892.
This is obviously not a great solution.
This is seriously insane. Does he live in Tennessee? Oh my God, that's crazy, Carrie. I was just right over there on Magnolia in that area. That is, I'm telling you guys, you guys have no idea. This is so crazy that he has this all put together like this. It is East Knoxville. It's crazy. All right.
Or a situation for the community who lives around that. That's not a great situation for the business itself, and that's not a great situation for us when the police are having to frequently respond to the same location over and over again.
We had worked with KPD, and they told us that, hey, we've got to cut down all these calls that are coming through.
Harry Patel is the owner of Executive Inn, now number 3 on the list. But just a few years ago, it was number 1.
So we closed off all the exterior points where you can come in from outside. You can just go in from the inside. So that helped reduce the traffic and nuisance.
Harry says they followed suggestions of Knoxville police.
We give you safety tips, whether that's putting up a light here, whether that's installing hedges here, whether that's putting up a camera here. It's we essentially look at the design and the layout of your property.
So Harry renovated the property and put up these gates and cameras.
Prior to that, we had a lot of guests that were staying on a weekly basis. I don't know if they were into drugs or whatever else. They had a lot of people that are coming in off the streets, visiting their room and leaving.
Executive Inn's partnership with KPD led to a year-over-year decrease in calls since implemented. The same is true for Value Inn on Magnolia.
We take all the IDs, we take all the precaution.
Ken T spoke with us over the phone about his property.
There are a handful of nuisance still out there. There are some prostitution problem out there. But we know those people and we just don't rent them.
Do you guys really think that guy's name is Ken? That guy talking, do you really think his name is Ken? I wonder if his name's Habib. What do you think? I think that's probably, I mean, I'm not trying, I mean, seriously though, Ken, I'm not trying to be, I don't know if that would, I know people are going to probably get on me about that one, but Ken, Ken Patel. Okay, sorry, I better stop before we get ourselves in trouble.
I'd love it where we didn't have that kind of clients, but where are these people to go?
KPD says they don't want the owners to have to turn away clientele. They just want to find a mutually beneficial solution.
When you're frequently having to go to the same place over and over again, that pulls our officers away from doing some of the other stuff that might be of the higher public safety priority.
Knowing what you guys know now, would you stay there again?
No. We found better options if that time comes.
In Knoxville, I'm Caitlin Kinahan.
Now, if businesses have multiple calls for service and Knoxville police flag them as a potential area of concern, first, KPD will make recommendations for the business owners to increase safety. If they don't make the changes, they can be tagged as a nuisance property. Then, if nothing is done, the DA can close that property.
And Don was the one that gave her a ride to get away from there?
Yeah, he did take the ball over apparently. And when he came out, I guess he'd come in there and he'd buy a lot of drugs, then leave. And he said, you were at the party, and she was sitting there, and she said, yeah, but she grabbed her backpack, and she was planning on just, jumping out and leaving. And she was on, just to get away. But she talked him into bringing her back in the bubble.
Wow.
Yeah. And she said he talked crazy. He would talk religion and...
He would talk religion?
Yeah, he was there for religious, but he was super high, she said. She said she was super high. She just tried to pacify him, she just went upstairs to him. And she wanted to turn around and take her back there.
So, she said that
she could not have thought he was a nice guy.
Oh, well, yeah, he does come off like a nice guy. But I don't know how he is on crack.
It's weird.
But it was crack that he would purchase, correct?
Yeah, he would purchase anything, she said, a lot of things.
A lot of different drugs?
Yeah.
Was he into any...
Apparently they were kicking meth down there in one room and crack and pills, person pills in another room. I mean, they had their own little drug ring going on down there.
Did she give you did she tell you when she left, or?
It was close to Christmas.
This past?
It was around Christmas.
Wow, so just this past Christmas?
Huh?
Just this past Christmas?
Yes.
Did she know about missing Summer, or Summer missing?
No, he never mentioned anything about none of that.
Wow, so she saw him after Summer went missing.
Yeah. But he never mentioned anything about none of that.
Oh my gosh.
So this like a 2.5 hour ride here. But they didn't come straight back here. I love you, baby. He went and stopped somewhere else. She said she's not sure where it was at. There was like a housing development where there's urban houses or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they stopped there. He got some drugs there for a few hours. And they come in.
So they did drugs there, or did they go to get drugs?
No, they just did drugs there.
Okay.
He
so
got
probably a house.
He got like $3,000 on front before he left there.
He got fronted $3,000 worth of dope?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh my God. So, okay, so
he paid that much too.
He
went down already owed that much. But he went to give him that much.
So he came there with $3,000 owing, or with the money.
Well, more than $3,000, and then he still owed $3,000 when he left. And he went with him.
Wow, this is like fascinating to me.
She didn't even know anything about the little girl. Period.
Okay, so she left. She said
he never mentioned anything about it.
Christmas, and never said.
And he said whenever he went to go home, he said, I wish I could help you more. You know, he said, but my lady and kids, you know, are home and I can't, you know, take you there, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, you've done enough. I'm fine, you know, my sister and mom can do me.
And so, okay, so that house Sanderson that he left her at, or that they did drugs at, I bet that's one of the houses that he was working on at the time.
Well, that's what she said. She said that he'd done a lot of work in those houses.
Yeah, I bet
He said that they lived in them, that they were being built, you know, you could tell that they were still under development.
She could probably go to Molly Golightly's or Blow Horn Betty or whatever she can say. And they show when they go and confront Dawn and Candace. They're over there at one of this housing edition. I bet it might be the same one.
It might be. He told her that he doesn't work all the way down to where, you know, the area that she got him up with him at was in Knoxville. On the outskirts, she said he doesn't work all the way down to there. So, I mean, he does work a lot of places apparently.
Yeah, I wonder if it was Jonesboro where they stopped in that housing edition.
She don't really know. She said she's also with her. So, I mean, she said she was trying to tease him and just trying to say, you know,
right.
She didn't want him to turn around and bring her back to, you know, Playboy.
Yeah.
Period. Apparently, nothing to deal with. He's dangerous.
Wow. So how was he supposed to go back to that motel again if he never brought her back?
That's what I said. And that's what he told her. He said, well, Playboy will probably be mad because of this. If he comes out, I'll take you out of there.
Do you know if the guy that came with Dawn was the same person each time?
Yeah, she said it was always the same guy.
She didn't say whether...
She didn't know his name. She said she really never even know his name, really.
She didn't know, like, she didn't describe him in any way.
I mean, she said it was a younger guy. He was younger than Dawn. Or Donnie, as she called him.
So...
And one reason she learned Donnie's name is because he was a regular, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She said that they didn't have, like, a lot of drugs running in and out of there, so there wasn't a lot of traffic. But they would be delivered to other people to, you know, dispense elsewhere.
See, when Don and all them were down here, where we did is, they put a center wire. They took and put a 4 to 8 pieces of plywood there, advertising sex. I mean, whatever you want was like this. Yeah.
Oh, with Summer?
Well, with Rose, she was in on it.
Rose, like who?
Rose Black. Now that's missing.
So before, you knew Rose Black?
Huh?
You knew Rose Black?
Yeah. Yeah, she was in on that prostitution.
So you've known him for 10 years or more?
Yeah, I've lived here all my life.
What you're seeing here is it's communications from Andy to, or pardon me, Jody to someone else, right? Now, in this, it says Andy was locked up with a few years ago. Anyway, he came in for tires today. He recognized Andy, chatted, etc. Right? Andy says he was a bit funny acting though, etc. Anyway, at the end, he asked Andy to come to the van. Now, maybe Andy didn't work on the van. Someone else did. And that another technician worked the tire, and then he saw Andy and he invited Andy over. And so Andy never actually had any contact with that van up until the point that Stoney was asked Andy Bernard on over to look at the van. He mumbled something about girls, then opened the door and told Andy to look. There were girls in the van, obviously being prostituted and scared to fucking death.
Apparently, he knows him from prison.
He knows Playboy from prison?
Right.
Dawn does?
Yes, that's how you know him to start with.
I wonder what prison.
I don't know. That's how they able to prison.
See, so I wonder how long Dawn has been going there because
she was there 10 months and she said that she's been there.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think the last time that he would have been in prison though.
I don't know. I don't think Playboy for like quite a bit of years in prison.
Wait, Playboy did quite a few years? Or?
Yeah, he done a few, yeah, a few years I think in prison.
Do you know what for? Or?
I think it was manslaughter, murder, or something like that. Maybe murder or something. It was a murder charge, killing someone. She didn't know it was gone. And what was really weird is she said that she was trying to cover up the bruises, you know, on her face.
Yeah.
With some makeup, and he kept saying, he shouldn't see you like that, he shouldn't have done this and that to her. He said, one of y'all should kill him. And she said, no, I'd be in prison the rest of my life. She said, down there, but it's enough like prison, you know. And he was like, well, no taste, no taste. And she said, what do you mean? She said, well, if they don't find him, they can't charge you with anything.
Oh my God.
And she said, she just kind of, you know, okay, brushed it off, and she's like, either like you just dropped him off in the sewer, or put him in a septic tank, and nobody would have found him. He said the gases would have, you know, deteriorated the body faster. He said, I know for a fact that it would. He said, I know people that put in tanks and never been found to this day.
Oh my.
She said, if he was just trying, or what, but she just was trying to tease him, or just like smiling, and just, you know, and then he would go in and preach about Bible and stuff.
Oh my God. Is this something that...
He was really psychotic.
Oh my God. Was this said...
Really off the thing. Yeah.
Was this said, like, since Summer went missing? Like...
This was in December.
So all this... Oh, she only saw him in December? That's the only time? Or...
No, she seen him many times before then. But when she came home with him was in December.
Was when he was saying about the septic tank and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
They were sitting in a housing development where he would tell her about it.
Okay, so a septic tank or he said septic or sewage tank? Is that how he said it?
He said, well, if you're in a city that has sewage and you can put him in a sewer, he said, but better yet, you could put him in a septic tank. And she was just, okay. And she just put him around the line. She just figured he was talking craziness.
Or even better, septic tank.
Right.
Oh my God. I think she...
It says that the methane gas from the waste will help deteriorate the body and cover it up too.
Is that what he said? Did he mention methane gas?
Yeah, that's what he told her. It would break the body down and nobody would ever find anything. He said that he knew people that had been put in septic tanks and never been found yet. And what made me think it was Rose. The one was missing, huh?
Oh my gosh. Or even Summer.
Yeah, or Summer.
He said he
had people for years that had never been found, you know.
Those people
oh my God.
who have been put in septic tanks.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe Summer. Is there a septic tank on that property?
Yes.
And did they even check it?
I don't know. That's what some people are wondering, but I think.
But here's the thing: the dogs, that's what they hit on is the methane out of your body. When your body starts decomposing, that's what cadaver dogs hit on is methane. So that's the only way you can hit on septic tank.
Right.
Doug on No Thanks Investigates had Mary on last night, and she evidently has remembered something from back in August, I believe it was. Her dad told her that Don had spoke with him on the phone and told him that he didn't trust Candace, that she was an evil person, and that he thought perhaps she had put Summer in the septic tank. Wow. I don't know. there needs to be a few questions asked there. For one, do they have public sewer, or do they have a septic tank? If they do have a septic, what type is it? Does it have a lid or some way of getting a body down in it? And everybody's just assuming that it was Candace that did this. What if it was Don that actually did it?
Donnie told him that he didn't trust Candace, and that he thought that she put Summer down the septic tank clean out on the property.
Wow, that's really good. So he has another one. Like, that had me sitting at the edge of my seat. Like, that was really good. What the heck? It says part 2. Where's the part 1? What's this one? It's a cool intro, but I have to admit, it's a cool intro, but
Beach Creek.
What is this?
Waited all this time to get a little anything to go on. I paid their price. It was on them. Slowly. Maybe waiting for this day. Something to break. A little pebble to build a rock. A rock to build a brick. Brick to build a wall. A wall to build some place to put your motherfuckers in.
Now, so we got a real interference issue coming from the fucking Bernard clan now. I don't know why Jody is trying to make it seem like the Bernards just fucking hate Damien. But I don't think that's the case. I mean, they let him walk around with their last name. So I think that's probably at least a little bit cool. However, it's some very interesting stuff in this one that you guys really, really, really need to pay attention to, because I didn't. Shit. Hell yeah, I was smoke screened by all the stuff going on with the Wells and Mullins and all of them. I missed this part.
Being around from 110 Ben Hill Road on the Beach Creek should be the first residence on your ride. Reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents came home. Now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Oof. Let's run that back.
Should be the first residence on your ride. Reference to a missing.
Bam. So, you've got the JSB clan, the Dobbs clan, and the Wells clan. Moving forward.
Came home. Now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about.
Boom. Got a footprint. Let's move that back here.
Came home. Now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her.
Got a footprint on a ridge line. Not any ridge line. A very steep and long ridge line. This is nothing like the ridge that comes off of Beach Creek. It's nothing. Beach Creek, Ben Hill, between coming off the road onto the properties off of Ben Hill is nothing like this. This is the real shit.
She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Now, we've all been through this. We've seen this. This isn't a neighbor, right? 2 footprints, child size, barefoot. Not my kid's print. One on my land, one on the neighbor's land. Neighbors don't want their name or location mentioned. I do not want my location shown either. Search dogs barked on my land. Deputy asked me questions about my kid's shoe sizes. I asked if the dog's barking meant it was her scent. He said yes. Said it had to be recent print. Left after she disappeared. You've got a footprint here, and then you've got a footprint up here. So the child is now, unfortunately, in my opinion, you hate to see the one up by the road. The one up by the road, it suggests it suggests opportunity for an encounter with just anybody on the road. It says right here, no other scent or footprints were found. Just my opinion with nothing else to base it on, but that sounds like she was being carried and was set down to make it through a rough area. Now, you would expect more prints if she was walking. True. Search crews, and here is the price of tea in China, people. Search crews had been all over my land for several days. Now, I said 3. Several is more than 3. 3 is a few, 2 is a couple. Several days before the footprint was found. So there were already plenty of adult footprints there. This is also very interesting, as a child was seen walking away from her own home or near her own home at 7 p.m. Westward as we go, quite naturally, they're gonna run into Fields Road. Fair enough. Moving forward, it's gonna get interesting here pretty quick. I mean, I'm sure a whole bunch of y'all knew this, but I, however, did not.
The family of Andy Bernard lives here.
There's multiple structures up there. We'll show you that. There's a big old house, and there's like a barn up there, and then they had this yard barn that they called a cabin. This is Fields Road. Can y'all see that pretty good? This right here is where the picture was taken. Up in February 28th of 2022, and you see there's a little bridge, and they're walking this way. The searchers are working their way up through this way with the dogs. This is the property, one of them that's owned by Polly Bernard. Okay, and we have actually a clip too we're going to be playing where they say very early on, and that's the clip at the end where Jason said they went and searched their other properties, and they're talking to the other person that she's referencing, the other person that lives out on Fields Road. But that's pretty close to be going in that direction. They're traveling in this direction with them dogs searching. Why? Here's that property. Here's where the gate was said to be put up by her, I'm guessing. This takes you all the way up Fields Road. I'm guessing this is a gate that blocked it off right here.
Been up there several times.
You see
I
this
can't
right
find
here?
no unfinished cabin.
What unfinished cabin would that be, Rachel? Quote, unfinished cabin you're probably trying to insinuate in my chat. Was sold by Monster a long time ago.
Out there to hollers, people just sell property just because they think some shit may have been placed on it.
Oh gosh. This sounds familiar. Sounds like what Fred's been saying. Hey, Arthur. But we're watching Killer Looks here. And so it says all 4 searches for summer wells were done in this area of 162 Fields Road. Allegedly, the police believe something was buried here, then later moved. Who told us that? Fred Hill told us that, people. This is why I believe Fred. Like, this is just more reason why I believe Fred. I mean, more evidence. Like, people want to know why I back him so, like I do. Because everything just lines up that he says. And this is just one example of many.
They're searching again. This is not the first time. It's not even the second or third time they've revisited this area.
They're focused on previous areas of interest. previous areas of interest, which means, folks, that they have been in this area specifically before. That's what they're saying. Now, if anyone remembers, they did a search in November. And what they said was they were going to do sort of a pop-up search because the foliage was coming down and they could see the visibility was a little bit better. That was also the day. Now, Jody has since removed all of that. Does anyone remember? That was the day Jody missed her oncology appointment because of the search. So at the Bernard trailer hole, she's on the floor tweaking, missing the damn oncology report or day because they're doing a search somewhere, right? Now, Candace and Grandis, however, they're playing Monopoly on the same day.
Remember.
Not worried at all about any search. But they said that that the Bernards sold their property with the ideal that something could have been placed there.
Some selling their whole ass land anyways, because they're like, fuck this, what if something's been placed?
You know what's crazy about this is what I was talking to Ryan, me and Fred and Ryan, actually me and Ryan mainly were talking about this, how they were selling property. I even showed him on the tax assessor websites and was showing him even before he talked to Andy. And he was like really suspicious of it. And now all of a sudden, you know, he's all, for some reason, all like Team Andy. I don't know. So it says Bernard sold their 162 Fields Road property on September 28, 2021. But what about their other Fields Road property, the one no one talks about up on Chimney Top that they still own to this day?
The situation is that there's the very real possibility that she wandered away from her house, and became lost in the mountainous terrain surrounding her home. But all of a sudden, about 3/4 of a mile to a mile away, you've got this previous area of interest, which a lotto odd, right? This is a lotto odd that the child is going to go missing from Ben Hill, walk westwardly, and have some sort of significance to yet another property that's accessible by the neighbors on Ben Hill at 125. Let's push forward.
The Chimney Top Loop and that area is extremely important. I believe that she was actually hidden in the mountains not far off of Chimney Top Loop. It's just my theory. I have no proof on that, Killer Looks, to be honest. It's an Occam's razor type of deal. The simplest explanation has to be the truth. Something in my gut, it tells me that is there's no other reason for him to go onto Chimney Top Loop and for him to go through the lengths that he did has to lay down the layer of deception that he has about everything that has happened.
Yeah, or maybe he's, maybe means it too, like, why didn't they just take her to the hospital, or,
That's what most common people would do. Common sense people would do.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the common sense people.
Yeah. But if there really was we don't know what was in her system.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
There's a video that Donald did that showed us what he did that day when he got home. Precisely. And he videotaped it, video recorded it, and gave it to Mr. and Mrs. Scher. And they posted it on their channel. And it's him retracing his steps. It's a great video. And we were able to reveal some things about that trip he took to Chimney Top Loop that really wasn't spoken about in the narrative. It really wasn't spoken about in the narrative. And I, sat there and I said, why didn't he mention that? Why didn't he say he went there? What is up with this? But he did say, I believe that there's some back roads that can take a person 5 minutes to get out of here. And then I took a look at the Chimney Top Loop video. I said, is that what you meant, Donald? Why didn't you elaborate a little bit more about that Chimney Top Loop run? What was that about? How come you went there? Excuse me. There, among all other places that he could have went or showed us where he went looking, quote unquote, looking allegedly for his daughter, Summer. But he took us there. So I went there. There's got to be something about the Chimney Top Loop. But all he did was drive the loop and nothing more. And the videotape abruptly shut off.
This here is on the other side of our mountain, Chimney Top. And on the back side of Chimney Top, there's a road called Chimney Top Loop. It's just it circles around back out onto the main road. Film it. Somebody could have taken her around the base of the mountain and brought her to this side. And I've been through this road a few times before. There's actually an old dirt road and stuff that landslides went over the base of that mountain. It goes across on that side. But it's been covered up by a landslide. But it could have been locked or
Boom. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Chimney Top Loop. Let's go to a map and find out where Chimney Top Loop is. Because he makes it seem like it's not too far from the house. You see what I see?
And all the way on the very, very top, I'm going to try to pull this up. Is a tower. You can't see it. You can, maybe barely. But all the way on top there, they say it's a fire tower, but what it is old green and red light that turned.
This is the way to get there. And by going from the house, you'd have to go all the way around, in and through the holler to connect with Horton, which he didn't show us on the video, making a right on Horton, coming all the way down Horton to connect here at Chimney Top Loop. Why didn't he include the information on the video on how to get to Chimney Top Loop? He didn't want us to see something.
There's actually an old dirt road and stuff that landslide's on over the base of that mountain. It goes across on that side.
I said, the base of the mountain. I said, well, what route is that? Did he take Limestone Branch all the way through the hollow to get to the base of the mountain on the other side to connect with Chimney Top Loop?
So, what do you think about Jody Sue and Andy? Do you think that there's any chance that they're involved, or
they got some property on another road, and it's odd that they went and checked that property that day, and hadn't been that property in over a year.
is that where Jody Sue's living right now?
No, that's where they lived before they moved to
Right
his
here.
aunt's place. So. But it's straight across from that kind of church.
Yeah.
But it's, I feel like Andy and them had something to do with it. I mean, help them do something. It was odd when she went missing. They usually won't talk to nobody. They'd stay up on the hill and stuff. But as soon as she went missing, they didn't leave that road down there. They stayed down there for 3 days, day and night. They're trying to hear everything that's being said. I mean, it just made me feel like it was
paranoid.
There's a formula here, a very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
Well, that was some good videos. I felt like we were at a movie theater, just like chilling. I was sitting here eating and stuff. Like, I'm like, I make sure I don't have anything in my teeth. Oh gosh, that was really good. I don't know how people do that, like keep everything together and stuff like that. That's hard work, especially with how I have been so bad about organizing my interviews and stuff and conversations. Now I try to edit the titles, like if something actually happens that wasn't expected, so that they're easy to find later on. But back in the day, I didn't do that. And so sometimes I had a lot of important moments that are lost in the sea of endless lives, endless hours. One from today. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I don't feel good. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go. Today is not the, hey, Blue Eyes. Thank you, sweet tea. I'm just, I wish I would feel better so I could I need to get back to reading cards, and that's what I was wanting to really do today, but that kind of takes a little bit more energy than watching videos. RSV. I don't know. I took a COVID test and I'm good there. My Annie's family is at the property. Don, turn the camera on when you. I'm not sure. But, Don and Andy don't really talk shit on each other. They all it's like they almost kind of work together to put things on Fred in a way. In some ways, I think certain plans didn't end up working the way they were hoping. But the Knoxville thing, I just feel is really important, guys. And I love how Killer Looks put that together. That was genius. That dude is freaking genius. Seriously. I don't have a headache. I just have like a... Feels like your head's like expanding. I have nose spray somewhere around here. Let's see, what's this? Guess I'll take one of these. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't make me super tired. I mean, I'm already tired, but I'd be happy to go to sleep. I just have some things to do tomorrow. Allergies? I don't know. Some Music Chest is really good stuff. I probably have some somewhere. I'll be okay. I think I'll feel better tomorrow. Grace said flu is raging in Knoxville. Did you test for flu? Oh no. But God, I've had the flu before, and this is nowhere near as bad as that. I thought I was gonna die. I took a COVID test. Fred was sick, yeah. And so was several people in his house. So, and some of them had COVID, but I didn't test positive. I mean, I did give them a few of them a ride to their NA meeting, so a couple nights. So I might just, chill and play my game the rest of the night, and hopefully tomorrow I'll feel better. I really want to get back to reading cards, but those were really good videos by Killer Lux. Thank you so much for putting those together. That has to take a lot of work. I can't even freaking imagine. Like, going live is one thing, just like kind of just, what's it called? Improvise? Or is that what it's called? But to put together content like that takes a very long time. I know. I've tried, and it's just so much easier just to go live and talk. Oh, well, thank you, Valerie. No, I don't have tea. So maybe RSV is because there's 300 cases in Knoxville this past week. Oh, really? I'm going to go find some nose spray But all right, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, thank you, Donnie. Good night, guys.